Ooh, welcome back to the Colorado Avalanche GM mode here in NHL 16, as this is episode 14, and in today's episode, we'll be taking on the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota, as they are 36, 23, and 11 on the season. We are 30, 33, and 6. And our Avalanche are currently sitting at 7th in the Central Division, which is last place in the Central, and then 12th in the West. So the playoff chances are not looking too good. And we also have made a trade, though, heading into this episode. As you can see on the calendar that I showed in the beginning of the episode, the trade deadline was March 3rd. So we did make a trade. You saw that we made the trade for Malcolm Subban in last episode, but in today's episode, we are making another trade, as I felt like one of our big needs of improvement was a winger, a top 6 winger, because our top line is insane with Duchesne, Landeskog, and Bodker, and then McKinnon. Even though he's having a down season, he's still an elite caliber center, and he's our second line center, so that's pretty darn good. And then Grigorenko, I feel like once you get some other talent around that line, he could be something pretty good. He's still pretty young, he could still improve, so I feel like I still want him in the top 6. But that left wing spot, or the other winger spot, wherever I could move Grigorenko to left wing, depending on who I trade for, but I felt like we needed to improve that. So what I did was I went and traded Begris, a prospect who was in an AHL. He was only like a 72 overall, I think, and we traded him to the Detroit Red Wings in return for Thomas Jurco and a 4th round pick. So Thomas Jurco is now a Colorado Avalanche, and I'd say that is definitely improving that top 6 wing spot, as Thomas Jurco is a pretty darn good winger in this game and in real life. Now, Begris is a top 4 potential with high accuracy, but I mean, he's only a 72 overall. He's already 22, so I mean, like, by the time he'd be somewhere like really where I want him to be, he'd be like 24, 25. And he had some decent trade value, so I figured, hey, why not trade him away and improve this winger spot that we could really compete next season, because it looks like we're not going to make the playoffs this year, and next season we're going to be able to, I don't know, do something, because even though Jurco only has 1 year left of his deal, I will have no problem and no issue re-signing him with cap or anything like that. We're going to bring him back for multiple years. And as far as our team's player stats goes, Matt Duchesne has 25 goals, 25 assists, and 50 points in 69 games played. Now keep in mind, all these guys I'm going to list have 69 games played except for Thomas Jurco, who has 65. So Duchesne, like I said, 25 goals, 25 goals, 25 assists, 50 points. Mikhail Bodker, 15 goals, 29 assists, and 44 points. Landeskog, 17 goals, 23 assists, and 40 points. Alexander Semin, 21 goals, which is second on the team, with 13 assists and 34 points. Thomas Jurco, 13 goals, 14 assists, and 27 points. And now let's hop into a game against the Minnesota Wild. And we are here in St. Paul, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Wild here in the state of hockey, as they play host to our Colorado Avalanche, who are 30, 33, and 6, as the Wild are 36, 23, and 11. Darcy Kuemper, 8-3-3 in net, 2.61 goals against, with a .910 save percentage in between the pipes for the Wild. And then in between the pipes for us is who else but Malcolm Subban, Sub-Zero, 13-9 with a 2.32 goals against, a .923 save percentage, and 2 shutouts, having a pretty good season for us so far. So 18-37 here in the first. Wild on the rush here, but it's turned over as Yandel picks it up, passes it to Bodker, skates in, takes a shot, and he snipes that top corner. He scores! Mikhail Bodker makes it a 1-0 Avalanche lead, just like that, with 18:09 left in the first. Mikhail Bodker assisted by Keith Yandel. So now the Wild coming down here, passing over to Stempniak, makes a few moves, looks for the center, saved by Subban. And then another save by Subban on the second-hand try. So 1:33 left here in the first. Shot blocked in front, rebound, almost scored there, passed back, Yandel, shot goes wide, and then collected by Stempniak behind the net. He'll pass that one up to Zucker, who's going to take it down the wing here. Makes a few moves, passes back to Stempniak, who gives it back to Zucker. Back to the D, pass around here, still passing around, back to D. Scandella, slap shot, blocked out in front. Stempniak covers, down to the slot, shot and scored by the Wild as they tie this one up with 2 seconds left here in the first period. They just could not get out of the first without giving up that goal as the Wild make it 1-0. Now Wild make it 1-1, correction, at the end of one, as we will pick things back up in the second period with the Wild with the puck in the Avalanche zone. Pominville takes a shot there, saved by Subban. Across that in front, second-hand shot on the wraparound try, and it's saved by Subban. So here's Bodker skating into the zone. Passes down to Landeskog. Cross-crease attempt. Duchesne saved by Kemper. Passes it out to Dumba. Dumba behind the net. Forecheck by Duchesne. And then the Wild take it out of their zone. Passes it up to Coyle. Makes a move. Takes a shot. Saved by Subban. Collected behind the net. Coyle. Pass that in front. One-timer is good. It scores. Coyle finds a man right out in front of the net. Hits him with the one-timer, and he bangs that top shelf. It's a 2-1 Wild lead as Subban lets that one in on the one-timer from Jason Pominville, assisted by Coyle and Dumba. So on the power play here are the Avalanche, skating to the net. Cross crease, shot goes wide. They could have tied it up right there. So now the Wild on no longer the penalty kill as they try to get that shot on net there. Covered up by Subban, pass it to Duchesne, picks it up, pass to Landeskog. Up to the Bodker on the right wing. He skates in center, and he shoots and scores! Mikkel Bodker makes it a 2-2 game here. He has both goals for the Avalanche in this one, as he's putting the team on his back, and he makes it a tie hockey game here, assisted by Landeskog and Duchesne, that deadly top line. So that shot for the Wild goes wide as we pick things back up. Picked up by Yandel, and then a cross crease there, as Yandel turns it over, and Jason Zucker has himself a one-time goal, and it's a 3-2 Wild lead as they are back on top here with 4:05 left in the second. Zucker assisted by Koivu and Stempniak. So 2-2 left in the second now. Big hit there, picked back up by the Avalanche. Here comes Grigorenko, making a move on net, and he shoots far side, even though he's near side, and he ties it up 3-3. Awkward shot angle there, but it goes in. With exactly 2 minutes left in the second, unassisted, Grigorenko makes it a tie hockey game heading into the third period. So it's 3-3 Colorado and Minnesota. So start things off here in the third. Avalanche with the puck. Cross crease attempt is fanned on by Grigorenko, picked back up by McKinnon, but they just can't control it. So now the Wild in the Avalanche's zone. Grigorenko with the poke check. He's off and skating. On the breakaway, Grigorenko scores! Makes it a 4-3 hockey game. Him and Bodker both have 2 goals for the Avalanche in this one, as the Avalanche take the lead in the Grigorenko breakaway. He poked that one and went on the break. Beautiful play there by Grigorenko. So Bodker passes up to the D. Yandel finds Zadorov. Zadorov takes a shot here. That goes wide. So 31 seconds left. Here come the Wild with a chance to tie. They pulled their goalie. Cycling it around. Turned it over, picked up by the Avalanche. Here comes Peverly, who takes the shot on the empty net and scores. Rich Peverly makes it a 5-3 Avalanche lead, as that is the dagger in the Minnesota Wild's coffin, as our Colorado Avalanche come with the victory here over their division foe of the Minnesota Wild by a score of 5-3 here in the state of hockey, Minnesota. As our Colorado Avalanche improved to 31-33-6 on the season, and the Minnesota Wild dropped to 36-24-11. Minnesota outshot Colorado 27-21, however, but it just wasn't enough for Minnesota, as Colorado scores 5 to Minnesota's 3 on 7:09 time and attack. The 3 stars of the game were as follows. Third star was Jason Zucker of the Wild, 1 goal, 1 assist. Second star, Mikhail Grigorenko, 2 goals, no assists, no hits for the Avalanche. And the first star was Mikkel Bodker with 2 goals, near assist, and 2 hits on the day. So with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this edition of Colorado Avalanche Hockey. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rinds, but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin round to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. I burn like a wicker cabinet, chalk white and